Coming up on this episode,
we also both had like really public breakups,
Okay.
divorces,
Okay.
right?
We're going there.
Bro, it's Grwn Talk. 4, 3, 2, 1. What up, Grwn Talk? It's Andrew Ton here, and today I have my brother, my oldest friend, Joe Ray.
Oh, oldest? I'm the oldest friend you have?
I mean, not in age, but yeah. Like, how long we been friends?
No, I was saying because it was my birthday yesterday.
You are old as fuck. No, I've known you for a decade.
Yeah, has it been that long?
Bro, I met you when I was like fresh out of college.
You were what? I was 22.
I was 22, 23, yeah. Yeah, it's been 10
What?
years, bro. Yeah.
Dang.
No, you're my oldest friend. Like, I don't have anyone I've known or like stayed connected with for more than 10 years.
Damn.
You're my guy.
Well, honestly, like, I don't have any friends, so.
I guess that says something about both of us. No, do you remember how we met? One of my favorite stories.
Yeah, of course I remember.
How did
We met.
You tell me how we
Okay.
met, and I'll tell you if it's right or wrong.
Our each other's perspective of the
Okay.
story.
Okay, you tell me.
So, it was at LAT, right?
It's a
It was
dance
at
studio?
LAT because I think I was working with Future Shock. I was like helping them with the set or something, and it was like my last day like helping them. Like I wasn't gonna like it was like my last day that we had
Oh,
like
wow. Yeah.
whatever we had done stuff for them or whatever.
Mhm.
And then I saw you walk in, and then I was like, I mean, I'm a community head, so I'm pretty like in the know of who's in the community that's a dancer or whatever, right? So I'm
Yeah.
like, who is this guy wearing this Ian Eastwood shirt? Like, what?
Shout out
Like,
to
how
Ian,
would
bro.
he? How would he? What? Who is this kid? Right? So then I like came up to you and I was like, yo, you dance here or what?
Bro, it's funny. I was telling Elisa the story last night, and I was like, I don't even wear Ian Eastwood shirts like that. The only reason why I wore it is in hopes that someone who knew the community would cite me and be like, oh, and it works, bro.
yeah, dang, that was like manifestation
Bro, 100%.
for sure.
So that was on a Tuesday, I think, right? Like a Monday or Tuesday. And then what happened after that?
And then probably on the weekend we went out, and then you were like, yo, let's go on a road trip.
Bro. So we went out. The first night we went out, this is how I knew you were my brother, right? Because we went out and we were just dancing, not worried about anything. Like, it was so much fun. And then your cousin almost killed us. On the way home.
JD, shout out to JD.
Shout out to JD. Bro, he's driving home. I didn't realize he was drunk until we were already in the car.
Yeah, it was.
Bro, and he's falling asleep. So I'm like, JD, wake up, wake up. And my house is on the other side of town. It's like 25, 30 minutes. Bro, I was stressed. I sobered up so fast.
And I think that's when I realized, like, I'm gonna drive everywhere now. I'm gonna whip it everywhere. Like,
Bro, it's so crazy.
yeah.
Yeah. But one of the reasons why I love you so much is, and you were my brother, like I call you my brother, it's because I remember it was my first Thanksgiving, and I don't remember why I didn't go home or whatever, but I got to go to your house for Thanksgiving, and your mom and dad, who I still call mom and dad, are like, we ate hella good food. We played ball. Like,
Shout out, mom's cooking.
bruh, the best.
The best, right? Tell me not,
Bro,
Tell me not.
Every time I try to leave El Paso, she tells me to come over for one last meal, and I end up not leaving for another 3-4 hours.
Yeah, you can't.
Bro, she's like, you have to stay till Sunday because that's when we cook the noodle. And I was like, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you stayed because of my mom and my dad, basically.
And you. Yeah. But and then I like off rip, we were so close.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, you like twins, like
Literally
coming in.
Yeah.
And the next couple of years, what was your favorite memory over the next 4 or 5 years I was in El Paso?
I mean, some nights were a blur, to say the least.
Those are the best nights.
But honestly, it was probably like all the sessioning and stuff that we would do, you know, like being
Yeah.
able to like just like work on our house or work on our popping or work on just like our freestyle and stuff.
Yeah, it's dope because for such a small town of El Paso, like a small community, I got so lucky because at the time you were probably the only one, and and I feel comfortable saying this because I was there for so long. You were probably the only one really about the dance life. You know what I mean?
Like actually wanting to travel.
Wanting to travel, wanting to train,
Yeah.
to take class, to go take class. Like the week after we met, yeah, we road trip to Houston. I told the story on the podcast. We road trip to Houston, which is a 12-hour road trip. So I could teach, shoot, and then drive back in like 36
hours. And then you went to Phoenix, no, after that?
Yes, bro.
Yeah,
Like
that was wild.
We traveled so much, and we got pulled over because you were dancing.
Yeah,
when I was asleep.
because I was just like, in my bag, whatever, and then like not realizing that I'm still pressing the gas, still like more and more, but I'm like going
like
off.
90 something miles an hour, bro. My poor little Honda at the time, I think it was.
Yeah,
it was so good. So we danced a lot, we traveled a lot together, we taught a lot all over the place. We lived together too.
Yeah,
bro, that was crazy.
Some wild times.
Kaz house,
the house of revamp.
Yeah, house of revamp, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I think I learned so much those 4 years in terms of like dance and leadership. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like tell them a little bit about like the whiteboard and stuff.
All right, yeah, we had this infamous whiteboard, and we had these goals. We had these goals on the board. It was like win WAD, open up a studio, whatever.
Traveled and out of state.
Yeah, like compete at another like out of state competition or whatever.
Yeah, there's 10 of them.
Yeah, we had them all lined up, and throughout the years, like we just started checking them off. And at what started off as like a little kind of like play thing, we were just like doing it just to mess around. It kind of like started being like for real, like, oh wait, we might actually be able to win WAD. Like we might actually be able to do this. Like, and it just like honestly, that was like a big turning point in my life, because like I never really saw dance as like much, like I didn't really know, like from what I knew dance was just what I was seeing on YouTube or like things like that, but I didn't know about like competing and like doing this and like I don't know, like the whole WAD circuit and the whole like Cali circuit and all
like
that
real community shit, like
real community. Like
it's cool because I literally saw the moment your whole style changed in dance.
It was in Houston, actually.
Yeah,
it was here in Houston.
Whose class was it?
It was Pat.
Yeah,
it was Pat. Shout out to Pat, because
Kirk Bangs, bro.
It was that Kirko Bangs drinking my cup, like straight Houston shit,
bro.
Like
we came back, your style changed overnight.
Yeah, because I like understood, like that was like my first introduction to like a pocket,
and
like
then I think you started having more fun too with your dancing.
Mm-hmm.
Like it
more groovy.
Yeah,
more groovy.
That's something we always agreed upon. Like the groove is so important.
Yeah,
like, we dance.
The groove is your soul,
bruh. Like we dance. Like we went out last night.
Oh, we were smashing it all night,
bro. Just dancing.
The best part about like when you go to the club and you're dancers, like you leave and you're like sweating and you're just like, and you're like, yo, but I just killed it in there.
But it's so cool, and I think our group of dancer friends is legit. Just some of the most fun people I know. Because when we get into the club like that or the bar or wherever, and there's a good DJ going, shout out to DJs last night, and we start going, like I forget that we're even in the club or the bar, and it's just our cipher. It's just us, and then it's so dope because there's always drunk heads that try to get into
get into the circle,
but we for some reason are always like, yo, like
we hype them up,
we cheer them on. We don't get mad about it. Like some people get salty when someone crashes their cipher, and it's cool. And then we go back in and we we exchange. And then like random dudes who should just be like really hating us, just dap us up.
Yeah.
Like it's bro, universal.
Or it's cool because like we always like people always show us love, and then like the security will be like always like hella cool that we're vibing. Like that dude was like hella cool vibing with us yesterday. And he's like, oh, I already kicked those guys out. Like they're not gonna bother you guys.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell?
Yeah,
but yeah, you know why too? I think because they started popping off a little bit, and I know like I jumped into like a little bit, like yo, like
yeah,
chill out, which is crazy because back in the day, I think in our 20s, if that happened in the club, we probably would have swung on somebody, right? Like back in the day, if someone crashed a circle, we probably would have fucked them up.
Yeah, we'd be like hella annoyed, right?
Oh,
Like,
hella
we would
annoyed.
be hella annoyed. Like, but now we just have patience. Like, we're old.
There's patience,
We got
bro.
the patience. We've been doing our meditations,
Bro, going out with you is so much fun back in the day. One of my favorite things to do with you back in the day was to go to like a dead bar, like
and just get
5
down.
people in it, and have one man jazz DJing out there and get down.
And just get
Just
down.
you and me going rounds back and forth for
Yeah.
like all night, bro.
literally all night.
Yeah, and not even drinking that hard, just like fucking dancing.
Yeah, just kicking it. Yeah, bro.
yeah.
I mean, shout out One Man Jazz because he's still out there killing it, bro. in El
That's real
Paso.
hip hop. That guy.
Yeah, shout out One Man Jazz because and then he was a house head too, so he would be getting down with like some straight up footwork.
Yeah, he knew all the jammy jams to play, bro. And so we came up together, and the thing that I saw you really do, and why I'm so proud of you, is I feel like you really took on a leadership role in the community. You know what I mean? Like I came back from deployment, and you had Cause Revolution up. You know, what made you want to bring back a team? Because you were almost done.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, honestly, like I feel like I was kind of done, and then like I met
brought you back.
Yeah, and then I met you, and then I was like, oh, what? Like this
I'm a
is
doctor,
fun
bro.
again. Yeah, it became fun again, and
Yes.
you definitely opened my eyes to like a whole new. Like you introduced me to like the soundbox heads and like Andrew and Dewey and Calvin.
Yeah.
Shout out to the soundbox owners.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like that just opened up my world, and it was like, yo, I can build something like this. I can try to do something like this for my community, so that people can experience more of this. Like I didn't want to be the only one to be able to experience that, you know.
Yeah.
So like I think definitely like after that, I think you had got deployed, right?
Yeah,
You had got deployed right before Cause.
right before, because I remember right before I left, we just finally started getting good with the Houston community.
Mm-hmm.
So we did the El Paso Project,
Mm-hmm.
and I remember that was the first time we pulled people from other studios into one team for one
Mhm.
performance.
Yeah.
And I remember talking with you, like, yo, will this work? Like, will they come in and do this? And we had like good, strong dancers.
Mm-hmm.
And it worked out. And that's when I came back and you actually had a team and you were rehearsing. And I was like, oh shit, like,
And we're about to do what?
I think and you did Meltdown, right?
Yeah,
When I
we
was
did.
gone?
No, it was we had
It was
did
a
a
bash.
birthday bash. It was a bash. Yeah, it was a bash.
Yeah. So like, and shout out to Soundbox for always giving.
Yeah, for sure. Like they really, I think that was like part of our come up too, is like being able to do shows like birthday bash consistently year after year. Like,
that
and
revenue.
the fact that they would invite us out, like this small team from El Paso that practice out their garage, and like I don't know, it was like a cool thing because like we looked up to everybody, like, and we would even see like Brian Puspos there, and we would see
Yeah.
like the architects, and like we'd be like, what? Like we the other people we watch on YouTube, like, and we're watching them here live, and we're performing on stage like before them, and like it was so cool.
Yeah. It was so cool because you and I definitely knew more about the community and history and stuff.
Mhm.
Like when we talk about history, you know, if you haven't watched the Jay Vaughn's episode about the history of the dance community in SoCal, like you need to watch that because that's something that Joe and I talked all like religiously about. We talk about iconic sets on YouTube and everything. Like Joe's a student of the game. And what was really cool is when I came back and you had Cause and we were starting to get into that groove, getting opportunities to take special classes within the Houston community. So shout out to Andrew. He let us come a day early in the bash one time and take a private class with the Soundbox teams.
Oh yeah,
with Carlo and Chris.
Yo, let me tell you, Chris' style has changed. I was like, I took his class yesterday,
Yeah.
and yo, that man is insanely talented.
It's so cool because he's always been really good. It seems like really good at everything he does, but I know he puts in a lot of work. But he like remember when he used to be a b-boy and then he had his videos of him teaching overseas. And it was really like SoCal, but like super clean and like all these things. And then he got abstract and athletic and just free in a way.
Yeah.
Like
Free, but still very technical.
Super technical.
Yeah.
I think people don't realize when you see someone like dancing free, it's not because they do whatever they want. It's because they have full control over
literally.
their abilities, like mechanics.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. I see you've been training a lot too.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Get to that level of like having full control. And I've realized like it's a journey, right?
Mhm.
Like you got to keep going. You know, you just got to keep like just trying to learn new things every day. Like for me, like I feel like I'm gonna be 50 years old and I'm still gonna be learning like new, I don't know, new dance moves or new styles or
Yeah.
something.
You're gonna be 50 years
Yeah, I'm
old
gonna
with
be
the
like
hula
doing
hoop.
more bachata later.
Hey, yes. You mean those old dudes who are just like swinging girls around at the salsa like conventions and
Oh
shit?
no, not a sugar daddy.
Whatever, whatever. You have like a 50-year-old OnlyFans page, bro.
Yo,
No, Grandpa's OnlyFans.
Grandpa's OnlyFans.
Is that a thing? Let's not find out. Bro.
Wildin'. Wow, this man is wildin'.
What's But you know, I came back. You had the team going. We started doing a lot better, right? We started seeing these kids like really come up. And then, did you already have the studio? No, you didn't have the studio till
Like
after right when I moved, huh?
2015.
Yeah, like after I left El Paso and then I moved to LA and came back and you had the studio going. Like, what was that like having a studio space for once?
I mean, at first it wasn't really like we're doing it, we're making a studio. It was more like we just needed like a space to practice because we were getting so much interest and people wanted to join the team and we like didn't like turning people away, you know? Like we just wanted to dance with everybody. Like we just wanted a community, right? We just wanted to community build. So like we just had a lot of people and then we started getting interest from like younger ones. So we're like, we need more space. And shout out to British because they've always have like till this day.
Yeah,
till the day.
British
has always like been so supportive of like lending space out like for up and coming like dancers.
Yeah,
and till this day, like they're so like selfless with their studio.
Bro, they might be the MVPs of Paso.
I believe it.
Like, and it's so crazy because they're not even part of the community that we talk about community being involved in other dancers. They're just in their lane. But yo, like real talk, unsung heroes of what we do.
Yeah, for sure. And those are the type of people that like I definitely always have to show my respect to because without someone like Christy in the community, like I don't know where I would be at, you know, because of how much especially that space has personally helped me.
Yeah, yeah. What is the hardest part about owning a studio?
Everything. Everything.
Because we talk a lot about, I mean, you and I have definitely talked about the differences between being a dancer versus being a choreographer versus being a teacher versus being a director now versus being a studio owner. Like,
well, I mean, it's like now being able to step back from that position. Like I've had to understand like there's those exactly different roles, right? Like, like I had to be a student when I took class. I had to be a choreographer when I needed to choreograph something. I needed to be a teacher when I was teaching a drop-in. I needed to be a director when I was directing a team. And then above all that, I still needed to be a studio owner. Clean the restrooms, clean the floors. Like you still got to put in that work. You know? Yeah. So it's like, it's rough. And for everybody out there who like wants to go after something, like know that it's rough, but if you have the patience and if you just like go for it, like it's an amazing feeling. It's an amazing feeling.
Yeah. I mean, you gave a home to so many people. And when we talk about the younger generation that was coming into the studio or just being around, bro, these kids are ridiculously good. Like, I don't know. Bro, they dance better than us.
Bro, they dance so much better than us. Like, how?
Yeah. You've always been intentional about finding successors and the next generation. Why do you do that?
It's just to keep the community going, you know? Like you gotta keep them teaching each other too, right? Like you like I can't teach them forever, right? Like I can't be the one teaching the next generation always because they're gonna get tired of me. My style is gonna get older. Like they're gonna want something fresh, and like that's why young teachers are important, you know, because it does get the interest of someone who's maybe just younger than them, right?
But I feel like we spent a lot of time really developing not even just like the teaching, but like the leadership stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
Like we had so many conversations about, hey, this young person is talented, but they're not doing the things they need to do. So
Yeah.
what do we how do we inspire them? Do I need to give them a leadership role? Do I need to make them a captain?
Mm-hmm.
All these things. And you like Hits is a great example. When she was like really shy, I saw her learning to direct and give feedback in a way she probably shouldn't have done like at that age.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, because she
and so
started
many
with
of
us
them.
when she was young too. Right?
Little.
Like,
I had
she
a
did
battle her
watch-
one time.
Yeah, we did have
Bro, I had
everybody
to battle
battling
her when she was like 10.
And she probably beat you.
No, I won.
She probably hit a freeze and then beat you.
Probably, bro. How do you battle a 10-year-old B girl? And she's good, so that's no diss on her. But she's like, you can't win, especially if they're good.
Yeah.
But even if they suck, it's cute.
So
what
you
if-
still lose.
What am I gonna do? Like, I'm not gonna like cock her. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what? Oh my god! Shout out to making us. That's another thing we need to talk about too. Like, yo, like to come up and earn the respect in our community as like choreo heads. We went to hella battles
Mm-hmm.
and battled.
And battled.
And I'm not even. I'm not a bat like you much more. But like I'm not a battler like that by nature.
But we would be at every single event, and I think that was part of us being like community heads. Like we're gonna go support. It's a dance event, so we're gonna go support it. Like
yeah, and it was cool and it felt really good because the first couple of times like who the fuck, and maybe like the third or fourth time, we start to build these connections, and then there's a respect thing. I think to this day you still get down with a lot of those guys.
mm-hmm.
Like
yeah,
I've seen you get your freestyle game on.
Yeah,
a lot because of that.
Yeah,
and shout out to Tay because she won one time.
Yeah, she did.
Didn't even know she won.
And she won Twerk Fest. Sorry, Leisha.
That's why I wifed her. Oh, I forgot about Twerk Fest. I wasn't there for that, but
you weren't.
Is there a video? Please
I
say no.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Taylor's sake, I hope not. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So where are you at with dance now?
Like I said earlier, like it's just like a journey for me now. Like I don't know, like I'm gonna continue growing, and wherever it takes me or wherever it lands me is exactly where I need to be.
Yeah.
So I'm just taking it day by day, like training as much as I can, like just finding the time to train and being intentional with my training and stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, for as long as I've known you, we've always been big on what we talked about just now was building the community, the next generation, all those things. And it's kind of the first time that I'm getting to see you dance for yourself.
For myself.
So how does that feel?
It feels great.
For real?
Like, it feels so great. Yeah. Not like I love teaching and I love directing and I love like coming up with competitions, as like that's our bread and butter. Like coming up with competitions was our bread and butter.
You and me sitting in the kitchen with the whiteboard and drawing out plays and shit, and like coming out with like the whole set list and like the count. Like that was some of the best times.
Those are some of the best times, right? But when you don't have any responsibilities and you can just work on your own movement, you get to find so much more, right? Like when you choreograph for a stage, like it has to be a certain aesthetic, right?
Yes.
When you choreograph for a music video, it has to be a certain aesthetic.
Yep.
When you choreograph for your class, like, that's more like your feeling, but you're still teaching someone, so it still has to be legible on them, right?
That's important too. I think that's super important because when we talked about the difference between the different roles, you're 100% right. The way you choreograph has to match the medium, and if it's a class, you have to choreograph it for class, and you can't just take that and then throw that's a great piece. Let me throw it in a video.
Let me throw it in a video.
Let me throw it on
stage.
That's one of the biggest mistakes I've seen. Is like, that piece was so fun. Let's throw it on stage, and it doesn't read at all.
It was a good class piece, a great class piece.
I learned a lot. I got to work on certain things, and that's unfortunate because then you see people get frustrated, and it's like, well, why couldn't I choreograph it? Like, did I choreograph right? No, you choreographed great. It's just it didn't match it for stage.
Yeah.
But you're dancing for yourself now. You're exploring. You're dancing with like hula hoops and shit. You got
That is a
good,
little
bro.
phase. It's a little phase that I might jump back into. I really haven't touched the hoop in like a good couple months now. But
I think it's cool though.
I really think like, I mean, honestly, I fuck with it heavy. So you might see some hoop videos or something coming up.
But I think it's cool because it's like it's unconventional,
Mm-hmm.
and you've always just been like, yeah, I'll try it out. Like let's go.
Yeah, I'm super unconventional. Like you'll see me in some heels classes. Like
Yes, but well, you've trained that way like throughout your whole dance career. It's like, you've taken a lot of classes. You've always been a student first
Mhm.
going in, and so now that are you going to LA still? You going next week?
Yeah, I'm going
Or
next week. I'll be in LA for a little bit, and then I'm gonna figure stuff out.
What's the goal in LA?
Honestly, just to train out there and just kind of like see where I'm at and network a little bit, and just
Yeah.
the work I'm putting in is now, right? So when I get there, like I want to be ready and I want to like just just do the thing, just
Yeah, yeah.
figure it out.
Yeah, I love that you're going because it's probably like the worst thing about me is like if you tell me you want to do something, I'm gonna hound you till you do it.
Yeah,
You know?
for sure.
So like for like months, I would always in every conversation. So when are you going?
When are you
to LA?
going? When are you going?
Because I love you, and if you tell me that you want to go, then I'll be like, okay, so when are you going? Like 'cause we've always been that way. So I'm glad that you finally did that for yourself, bro.
Yeah.
I think you're gonna be it's not even about the dancing almost in LA. It's like almost about just going out and finding whatever you're looking for.
Yeah.
And and dance is just the vehicle.
Yeah.
But hit up Chris. Chris is out there. He just got out there last week, and all the homies that are out there.
Mm-hmm.
Are you taking classes out there? Or
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm gonna go out there and just like throw myself in there everywhere. Like I'm gonna try to take classes from like different styles, and I mean, check out the freestyle scene. Like,
What's your mentality when you take class?
learn something new.
Is that different than what it was when we were coming up?
Yeah, I think before it was more like ego. Like it was more ego for sure.
Tell
It
me
was-
more.
Yeah, it was more like, yo, I want to kill this choreo. Like I want to be seen. Like I want like, I don't know. Like I want to just like show how good I am. And it's weird because now I would take class and I'm like, damn, I ain't shit. But before I would take class and I'd be like, yo, I'm the best in this room. What do you mean?
Bro,
You
I
can't
remember,
tell me
I remember walking
nothing.
up to workshops with you and going, you ready to go eat? And then, yeah. And the goal was always to, I don't know about you, but in my mind, I would say to myself, you're about to go do this piece so good that this person never wants to choreograph again. I'm going to retire this teacher right now. Like they're going to be like, dang, is my shit that easy? Like, that's what I
Yeah.
wanted people to think when I took class. Like, I was like, I don't even care about selects. I don't care about that. I just want to know, like, whatever you got, like, I'm going to do easy.
Yeah.
But now it's, yeah,
And
man.
now choreo's hard.
Quarters are- because these kids are fucking good, bro. We
Yeah.
ain't shit.
Bro, tell me about it. Literally, like at Misfit, shout out to Misfit because like these kids are so good. Like they're so good. I don't know.
And they're technical too.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're like, for a while it was just kind of like super very loose. But then I'm watching these, like some of these kids, and there's definitely like groove foundation, popping, locking, like style foundation in there. I'm like, oh, like these aren't just kids who are just good just for being good. Like they know their body. Fucking insane, bro. When are you gonna teach Elijah?
As soon as he's ready, like let's get him into
Elijah,
classes
get out of
now.
bed. Let's
Bring
go.
him now.
gotta
Work on them
start,
grooves. We gotta work. No, pas de berets
Pot of race.
Pot of race.
For hours.
for hours.
But that's what we did for hours.
I was
Pot of
so
race.
mad. I was like, yo, he's like, come over for a session. And then he's like, all right, do this pot of beret. So I'm like doing it. And I'm like, well, can you teach me another move? He's like, no, just keep doing the pot of
that's what you
beret.
do?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
But
He's like,
now
just
look
keep
at
doing
you.
the pot of beret.
Basic. But now, our footwork is like, that's the biggest thing I think between like our generation and a lot of dancers in between what is now is they couldn't move. They were stuck in one
Mhm.
spot. And because when we go out for dance, like at the club, like I never want to be stuck in one spot. Like I never want to be like
Yeah.
in the middle or like in the corner of the room. Like I want to be moving
Around.
and I want to dance through the crowd and like
And
yeah.
swag serve.
bro all day. Like last night when we were out at the club, like very rarely did we do like any choreo movement. Like a lot of it was just
Yeah,
Ooh.
just
Oh,
groove.
That's the best. It's the best.
That's the best. That's the best place to like really, really get down is at the club.
Bro, that's why I keep telling people when they're like, "Yo, how do I get better?" People ask notes for class.
Yeah,
I tell them the same shit all the time. It's like, "Yo, you need to party more.
yeah.
You need to go out."
And you gotta be confident. Like that teaches you how to be confident because like people don't dance at the clubs anymore. So it's like when you dance now, you're like,
Yo, dancers dance.
mm-hmm.
That's my thing. Like dancers dance, and if you're shy and you dance, and that's one thing. But at a certain point, if the music hits you right, you could be in the corner by yourself, just doing your thing. But you got to be dancing, and
Mhm.
like, and if you're a real dancer and you see that, like, it's a respect thing. Like, I know what is like. There was that girl last night in the bucket hat who came out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Was she at Misfits?
I don't know.
She's a dancer, but she came out of nowhere, and it's like, oh, like we just know you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
I think that's some drunken guy who just jumps in the middle. Yeah. But so what's up with these girls in LA?
I plead the fifth, yeah.
Yeah.
I plead the fifth, yeah.
You gotta go find Crystal Poppin.
Oh, shout out to Crystal Poppin, y'all. She's killing it in LA. She's from El Paso, I think. Central. She went to Austin, I think.
I love Crystal Poppin. I'm sorry, Taylor. I love Crystal Poppin. I hope she sees this, and then the way you guys
Crystal
can connect.
Poppin looks like every El Paso ex of mine.
Bro, it's so true. She's like straight Chicana, and like she has like the little antennas coming out and shit too.
Yeah, the hoop earrings.
Yeah, she got like this like Latin Aaliyah vibe right now.
Okay, I see it.
You know,
I see it.
I mean, that's just me. Whatever. You know what? She's ugly. I don't like her. I'm married. But talking about girls a little bit. So you and I, because we were so big in the community back in El Paso, very public with our relationships and everything. Like if we were dating somebody, everybody knew, right? And we also both had like really public breakups,
Okay.
divorces,
Okay.
right?
We're going there.
Bro, this is Grwn Talk. I love you. I'm not
Bring
gonna
it.
put you, I'm not gonna put you in a corner or nothing, right? But
Okay.
But I asked because it's something we talked about a lot too.
Yeah.
And I think something Elijah can learn from because it's important is, what was going through that divorce like? We don't have to get into specifics, but just like
Humbling for sure.
Okay, let's go.
Humbling for sure. Like in those moments, like when you feel like you're at your bottom, like at the
Yes.
very bottom,
Yeah, man.
like you realize the type of person you are because you gotta strip yourself from everything,
Mhm.
right? You gotta strip yourself from your ego and you gotta like I guess kind of like relearn who you are and how you got to that point in your life and just kind of like
Yeah.
figure out a way to get to the next part of your life and you're gonna have to make choices and you're gonna have to make different choices, right? So like you definitely learn a lot
Yeah.
in those situations. Like if you don't learn, then you're stuck, and I didn't want to be stuck,
Yeah, man. It's tough. And it was weird. It's weird for me to even ask the question just because I went through my own thing and then having to watch you go through yours.
Mm-hmm.
And and we've always been very open and honest with each other about things. And you would ask me for advice, and I would give you advice knowing full well that you may or may not even listen to it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
because
it's
I'm
something
stubborn.
not is that you're stubborn, but like to your point, you gotta figure it out.
Yeah,
Like because not even your situation is not even 100% what happened to me in my divorce, right? Like
Mhm.
it's like it's different, and so the way I might give advice, it's tainted by my own experience.
yeah,
You know what I mean? But you got really big into like self-development and putting time into yourself.
mm-hmm.
Like I saw you kind of disappear intentionally for a little bit.
yeah. I think that's just part of healing. Like you gotta isolate yourself for a little bit and kind of like hone into your craft. I think that's what I did a lot. I think that's what I do a lot. Like when I go through hard times, and I think maybe this is like something for Elijah is like I found my passion right through dance.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. I found my passion, and every time I'm going through something, I just hone in on my passion because I know it's always going to be there for me. And I
Yes.
know that I'm always going to be able to grow that. And as I grow my art, like I feel like I grow as a person also, you
Mm.
know?
Yeah.
So like that's definitely like a way for me to like I guess like some therapy for me, right? Like just hone in on that craft and just like devote your time to that. And then in a few months, you're like, oh, dang, like I'm a whole different person. Like,
Yeah.
I'm a whole different dancer and I'm a whole different person.
Yeah. It's definitely, I remember there would be times when like life would just be so hard and I would feel like there was no way out. Like I felt like, and of course it wasn't like this, it was just me telling myself, but I just felt like, everyone was against me, right? Everyone wants this to come down, everything's falling apart. And the only thing I could do was like session in the dark.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or like in a
Mhm.
garage, like just by myself to like some sad ass music or
Yeah.
not. And it's just, but you did that. You came out on top and everything. But what I wanted to ask you about was now that you're out of that relationship, what's something that you've learned about relationships since then?
A lot. That's crazy. That's a crazy question.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy to realize now that I now know more about relationships not being in a relationship than when I was in a relationship. Does that make
crazy.
sense?
No, I get it 100%.
Like, yeah, you just you learn a lot about just like what it takes to be with someone and the type of communication and stuff that like I don't know, I guess I didn't see that kind of stuff before. And it's just like now that I had to like step back from it, like you analyze everything. Like you analyze why things went wrong or why things are good and like just I don't know, you realize like I think for me, like you just realize like everyone's their own person and we all want our own wants and needs.
Yeah. I mean, the thing I saw change and why I finally was like, okay, maybe Joe's good now was we were talking one day a couple months ago and it came up and I was like, okay, well, how are you and what's going on? And it was the first time you could talk about it without ever referencing her. It was the first time you were like, yeah, I did this or like I felt this and I changed this and it was the first time I saw and heard you do that and not put it anything on her because you couldn't control that side of things and
Yeah.
and yeah, man, like if what's the biggest thing that you are gonna take with you into a new relationship, whatever that is with Crystal Poppin?
Crystal Poppin, slide in my DMs. But I don't know. I think just like being able to say what's on my mind, right? Being able to like communicate.
Did you not do that before?
No, I don't think I
Really?
think that was probably my biggest problem is like I didn't know how to say the things that were going on in my head.
Like truly say
the things, right? Like truly be honest and truly be like, I don't feel this. This is what I need. I feel this, right? Like I think like I hid it because I'm such a people pleaser, right?
Would an example be like let's say with the studio, right? Like if here's something I would have done and you tell me if this is something that you can relate to. I probably would have said something like, hey, I need you to go open the studio. But what I'm really saying is, yo, I need you to be down for this right now and the business for us. And I need you to like be a good partner right now. But all that they're hearing is, I need you to go wake up and whatever, right?
Yeah.
Am I close?
Yeah. Okay. You're like in that ballpark.
Am I?
Yeah.
Well, break it down for me.
Where was I at?
Like really saying what you need.
Yeah, I think just like I don't know, just like we have to learn our love languages and stuff, right?
Yes.
So it's like we have to understand like, okay, this is the way I receive love, and this is the way I give love, and how do you receive love, and how do you give love, and maybe like that doesn't work for me. Like, can we come to an agreement where like you give me more of what I need? If not, then I need to set a boundary.
I think that's such an important part. It's funny because like the priest at your wedding actually had that great story. You know what I'm talking about?
Which one?
So he tells a story, and it's just a great story. I've heard it before. The story goes, a son goes up to his father and says, "I want to marry this girl," and the dad goes, "Why?" And then the son goes, "Ah, she makes me so happy." The dad goes, "You're not ready yet." So then after some time, the son comes back and he goes, Dad, I want to marry this girl. And the dad goes, why? He goes, oh, I think we're really, really good together.
Yeah.
Dad goes, you're not ready yet. After more time, the son finally comes back and says, I want to marry this girl. And the dad goes, tell me why this time. And he goes, because I would do anything for her. And the dad goes, now you get it, right? Because it's not about you and you being good and you being together. It's about what can you do for that person. And that's love. And when we talk about the love languages, I feel like we all know how we receive love, but to be willing to communicate in a way or a language that's not your love language, bruh.
I mean, it's foreign.
It's super foreign, especially if it's not yours.
Yeah.
Like I remember.
It's like if I started doing this podcast in Spanish, like.
Si se puede.
Si se puede.
People don't know. But yeah. So what are your love languages?
Oh, I feel like they're changing, right?
Ooh,
they're
can we talk about that
changing.
too?
Yeah, for sure.
Mine changed
Yeah, they change.
during my relationship with Taylor.
And I didn't know that. I didn't know they
That
changed.
shit
I didn't
fucks me
know,
up.
like, I didn't even know what a love language was. Like,
When did you find out what that was? Did I put you on game?
probably.
I think I gave you guys the book when you guys were.
No, I think. Well, I remember I found the book at a thrift store after.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
I think I had heard you talk about it,
Yeah.
and then I saw it, and I was like, oh,
It's funny because that's something that Christina and I, my ex, like started figuring out when we were together. But then I finally realized the depth of it
The depth.
after.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, but so what are your love languages? What were they? What they are now?
What were they? I think before it was definitely like high on physical touch.
Yeah.
Maybe quality time.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe a little clingy or something.
Nah.
And now, like, I don't know. I feel like I have to get in a relationship and really see, and I don't know. It's just like it's different. It's different. Like my vibes are different. Like I don't need to always be around someone. I don't need to like.
Well, I'm gonna challenge you and say, don't get into a relationship until you know what it is.
Yeah.
You know, because you don't want to have to figure it out with that person and then invest time and whatever.
Yeah.
Because mine was actually very similar. I think when I was younger, it was definitely physical touch. I think a lot of young men
Yeah.
are like that. You know, whatever.
Mhm.
And quality of time. I think, you know, when you're young and you're infatuated with somebody, you just want to spend as much time with them as possible, and you just want to smash as much as possible. I don't know. It just is what it is. But now that I'm older, my number one is acts of service.
Acts of service.
It's so weird.
Hmm.
Like I still like physical touch, but there are times now when I'm just like, yo, like it gets weird. Like I'm
Yeah.
good. And Tay and I, coming up, we were the same,
Yeah.
more or less. I mean, she loves words, but when it changed and physical touch wasn't my thing anymore, and she was still doing it, we started fighting, and I was like, this is weird. Like I don't know why. And then we got married, and then all these other things, and I was like, okay, well, if my thing is acts of service now, then when you do small stuff like, I don't know, like bring me a glass of water,
Mhm.
like after bed or something, or like whatever, that to me is like you thinking of me, and that's like so dope to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. But I wish more people would learn about the love languages.
Yeah, it would definitely. I would say it would help a lot of relationships.
I should get an affiliate link
You should.
below so they
You
could go
should.
buy the book.
Yeah.
I have 2
Put it
copies
on Amazon.
Yeah.
I found a copy at the thrift store.
Dang, I guess they didn't work for that person then. They gave it away.
Or they were done with it and they were like, pass it on to the next.
Oh, maybe. Was it
Joe
filled out?
Schmo.
Was it filled out? Because there's a quiz in the back.
No.
No. Yeah, the love languages are good, bro. But it's dope that you're healed and you're good now. Would you say you're 100% now? Where are you at with that?
I mean, I don't see. I guess I don't really look at it that way. Like, where am I at? Am I like I'm just in the next part of my journey.
Hey, yeah. Where after LA and stuff do you want to go?
I mean, I want to check out all the. I mean, okay. So the way I see dance, right, is like every city has their own culture and their own style.
Facts.
Right.
Big facts.
Every city moves their own way, right?
Yeah.
So I want to be able to move how everybody moves in their city, but I know that I have to travel to those cities in order to learn those styles.
That's dope. Yeah.
You know, so like I'm into light feet, right? So like I want to go to New York and be able to train with like E-Solo and like learn.
You know he's gonna give you mad shit.
Yeah, for sure.
He's like a gatekeeper for life.
Yeah, I took a Zoom class with him.
For
like
real?
a private, a Zoom private with
Just you and him?
with E-Solo. Yeah. Just because like I'm telling you, like I really want to learn like these styles for real.
I know you do. That's
like
why I love you, because you put the time in and you reach out and you network on it. Yeah, what was that like, that Zoom with him?
I mean, he's the OG, right? So like he's dropping knowledge on knowledge, and I think like it just opened my ears up, right? Like,
and he gives history too.
Yeah, they dance to the beat a certain way, right? And it's like every style dances to a different rhythm. They dance to like their own way of hearing things, right?
Yeah.
It's like those things. I would just dance light feet, and I didn't really know like where I was.
The counts.
Yeah, I was just filling it in. Right now that I took that solo, then that private, I understood where he was waiting for things, where he was building his sentences.
Yeah. It's that's dope that he did that, because when I first found him, and I know some New York heads, and they were like, yo, like because he's an OG, they're like, yo, he's a gatekeeper. Like, if you are not about the life, you know, then he will light you up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like if you're fake and you show up to like a life feed battle and you're just doing the moves, he will light you up. Like it's like the stories with like Wiggles and Pete and all them, like back in the day, like just going at it with people. But I think it's cool that he actually wanted to teach you what it is.
Yeah.
And what's up. Where else are we going? Chicago?
No, I'm not going back to
Atlanta?
Chicago. I mean Atlanta.
Hotlanta
sounds like a move. Miami.
Bro, you need to go
definitely.
To Miami.
I need to go to Miami Beach.
Oh, you got that passion. Like that. Miami, bro. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I do want to check out Miami, like just to hit up like all that Latin styles that they got going on there.
Are you gonna be in El Paso a while? Or are you gonna move, you think?
Dun, dun, dun.
Ooh, exclusive take. You don't have to commit to anything. Like, we're just talking and shit.
Yeah, like El Paso is like, I feel like I always want to build something there, but right now I just need to like travel a little bit. So I'm gonna check out LA for a little bit. Like I told you, I'm going this next week.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna come back to El Paso, and then I'm gonna, I guess, see from there. Like,
yeah, El Paso's weird. I'll say it. Okay. Yo,
El Paso
adopted me, right? 100%. They adopted me, and I love them. But El Paso it's such a weird dynamic, and I feel comfortable saying, because I was there for so long, and like I feel very comfortable saying like, yo, I'm part of the El Paso dance history now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you and I accomplished some things that I never had even planned to do. Like we just kind of fell into some things. We just kept moving. But El Paso is such an interesting place, because was it like the 4th largest city in Texas? 4th or 5th?
Is it?
It's big. It's like big. I mean, it was like Austin, Dallas,
Houston, Austin, Dallas, San Antonio,
El Paso.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not Galveston, right? So it's up there, right? It's a huge city.
It's a big small city.
No, it feels small. Like it feels tight. Like, but how many times would we go out and just run into like
everyone?
Everyone.
Yeah.
Like after only being there years, like, oh, I know you. Like I know your cousin.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, like her. I know her. Like,
yeah.
Whatever. It's just like it feels small. And when you're in a dance community like that, and it's young and it's small, it's so weird, because everybody now, this new generation coming in, is wanting to make a name for it themselves in there.
Mm-hmm.
When we came up, there was nothing. There was nothing. There
nothing. There wasn't even drop-in classes.
Bro, I remember walking into. I tell the story because I love the story. I remember going to Tony at LAT, his office, and for the first time ever he had ever seen it, walking in with a contract to say, hey, I will teach at your studio to help out your students and your team, but you cannot lock me down to an exclusive instructor as an exclusive instructor to yours. And I want to redo the structure on classes. Like, I don't want a salary. Like I know kind of where the money is, and I want to do drop-in classes.
Yeah.
Bro, when I said drop-in classes, him, G, whoever else was around was like, what? Like,
Mm.
no, we're gonna pay you this much per class. And I think young entrepreneurs were like, no, because if I do my math right and I pull in this many heads, like I'm leaving so much money on the table
Yeah.
for me and for you. So yeah,
Yeah.
drop-in classes were huge.
And I think like that was really like a game changer for El Paso too, like for sure.
I think one thing it did, and this is not even like for or about us, but I think one thing the drop-in class did for the El Paso community was it allowed people to train in other places with other people
Yeah,
for the first time in like
For
a
sure.
while.
for sure.
Because we didn't travel a lot back then. Like, we didn't travel and go find other instructors. And the only time you had guest instructors is when you flew them in,
Mm-hmm.
right? And if someone other studio had a guest come in, you couldn't go take their class.
Yeah.
Like it was closed.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when we started doing that was
A game changer for sure.
that's something I'm super proud of is being able to do that with you. And it was, yeah, man. And it's crazy because when you go to other places, it's like that.
Yeah. And I think that's what we saw. We were like,
We could do things different. Like we
Mhm.
could bring this back. Because when you go travel and you like some of these smaller towns, you'll see a lot of them are still in this studio rental, pay the studio like a flat fee, and then
Mhm.
like there's a team I know out in I think it's Missouri, maybe it's Missouri, I don't remember, and their dues for their team go straight to the studio owner as a rental.
Mm.
So like there's like no cash off the top, and anytime they do a drop in, it goes straight to the
Oh.
like they pay the studio like $50, whatever it is,
Uh-huh.
and then the drop ins just cover the $50.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
there's no incentive for students to come, and there's no incentive for the teachers to really promote their classes past just wanting to dance,
Yeah.
which is fine, but it's not sustainable. Like
In the long term.
yeah,
Yeah.
like, you know, whatever. But so the dance culture changed for sure. The 4 years we were there. What's how's it changing now?
I mean, I've kind of been like in the caves a little bit, but I mean, it's growing. It's like the dancers are just they're getting better. Like everybody there is just like it's different. I think like when you see the El Paso dancers, like they're just something different about the El Paso dancers.
Oh,
Like
100%. I think
like-
they're so good.
yeah, they're hella good. It's like
They can go toe to toe with almost anybody. these gents.
literally
Yeah.
like and it's wild to think that like when I was coming up and watching these Houston dancers and Austin and Dallas, I
Bro.
was like nowhere near.
No way we could even stand up next to
No,
them
we
for a
could
while.
not. Like, I would never be in a select group with any of the top Houston Dallas dancers. And like these El Paso dancers, like this new generation, like they're toe to toe with like the best.
Oh, 100%. Like
Mhm.
I mean, even in some cases, the better. Like I'll shout them out right now. Like, I think that some of the young girls are doing really, really good. Like Jackie and Becky are killing it right now.
Mhm.
They've been training a lot. I think Luis finally came into his own.
Bro, I like Luis's stuff a lot.
Is he? Obviously, that's all count, but it was so cool because I remember seeing him as a young man, and he was okay, and he was like, you know, it was good. And then I don't know what changed, but one day I look back, he looks like a man all of a sudden,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and he started moving in a certain way. Honestly, Luis, I think you got laid because because at some point you started dancing the R&B shit like you should.
Mhm.
Like, you know, Joe and
Yeah.
I we talk about this all the time. Like, yo, when we dance R&B, like it's sensual.
Yeah.
It's time to go. Like,
Yeah, we know what time it is.
how many times do we train? I'm stop.
In the red light room.
In the red light room, bro. So many sessions in the red light
In
room.
the red light room.
God, I love that apartment. Like, but you know what? Like, we did turn a lot of young men into the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's something we always try to do. And I think you did for a while too with Full Grown, of having young boys, young men learn to dance like men.
Mm-hmm.
That's something I think El Paso did really good for a bit.
Yeah.
Was you had masculine dancers for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not just like choreo dancers, but like dance masculine. And that's not a knock for anyone who dances femme or anything like that. But you know, like a great example is when JoJo came down with what's his name?
Donovan.
Yeah, and we started doing some stage stuff with
Mhm.
with Slaney and everything.
Oh yeah.
Right? Yeah, and then Slaney was like, "Yo, you guys dance like men."
Yeah.
That was such a huge compliment to hear because I don't know about you, but I remember coming up and not feeling sexy and not feeling in my own skin dancing some things growing
Mhm.
up, and then to be able to take class and perform and to know how to look into the audience's eyes, find a girl or a guy if that's your thing, and dance for that person
Mm-hmm.
in a huge auditorium, stage, whatever, and find one person and dance for them, and to do that, bro, that was like a superpower.
Yeah. It really was, right?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
or your kryptonite.
bro, that's a fact. I remember taking Tony Czar's class in LA and bringing some shit back. And I remember you and I would do stuff like we would get these girls and then just walk.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Tony, so anyone who doesn't know, like Tony Czar is an amazing just dancer, choreographer, but more so an amazing instructor.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to take these classes with him in LA, and it was designed for men to dance sensually. And I think it's like Masculinity Tuesdays or something like that. I forget what it's called. And in these exercises, he would bring these LA girls into the studio, just gorgeous girls. Like everyone in LA is just gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
And they would, have us lined up and we would do across the floor drills and we would dance with like little combos, whatever. But the first thing he would tell us to do was just walk.
Mm-hmm.
And so you would have to walk.
And then at that moment you feel awkward, right? You're like,
so awkward.
oh wait, I just gotta just walk?
Yes, I gotta just walk at this girl. And he's playing,
And I gotta be sexy while I'm walking?
Bro, he's playing Jodeci and
all that grindy music.
All of this, right? So he's playing it and he's like, walk. And so you're walking at these girls.
And then you're trying to be on beat.
You try not to be on beat, right? Because you don't dance. But then also you realize so fast how comfortable you are looking at someone in the eyes.
Mm-hmm.
And I just remember feeling so silly. And Tony, to his point, was like, hey, if you're shy, you could be shy.
Yeah.
And if you are a little F-boy, you could be an F-boy. And if you're awkward, be awkward. But you have to own that and then you walk that.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, so if you're shy, you could be shy, whatever. And it's cute. It works for you. And that was probably the first time I didn't feel like I had to be like Channing Tatum. You know what I mean? Not even like Magic Mike Channing Tatum.
Oh, okay.
I mean like
step up one Channing Tatum.
Like in the wife beater and the jumpsuit.
Yeah.
Sliding on the car. I was like, man, this dude's fucking sexy. I was like, I don't feel like that though.
How come I can't look like that?
I know. Fuck. He was killing it at Magic Mike though, boy.
I didn't watch it.
What?
I didn't watch Magic Mike.
Bro, you got to. I was impressed. Him and Twitch did this thing at the
Bro.
Pause. Bro, I was like, man.
I'm like, spoiler alert.
I want to be a chair, bro. Yeah. What's the whatever we talking about? Like, what's the we came up known game, right?
Mm-hmm.
How does dance and being able to dance affect your game?
I mean, I feel like that's the reason why I started dancing in the first place.
Yo, can we be honest with that?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Almost anything a guy does, almost anything, is to get the attention of the people that they want to get attention of.
Yeah.
Right? So, yeah, like one of the big reasons why I danced coming up and learned was because of a girl.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so but you started dancing, you started getting good.
No. I mean, no, I think I still sucked when I first started dancing. I just I just thought I was good and no one was going to tell me that I wasn't, And I don't know, like like when you're a dancer and you're like in middle school or whatever, like all the girls want to dance with you, right?
Because no one
Like,
dances, and the boys are too chicken shit. To like,
yeah, exactly. So when you dance, like the girls are like, oh, well then let's dance. And then you just like you start dancing. I don't know. Like I just because of that, I just kind of like got into it. Before it was a passion of mine, right? Like it was just more just like strictly like, oh, I'm gonna dance because when I dance, then other people want to dance with me, right?
yes. Was this back in your crump days?
Pre crump
your
days.
sea walk days?
It was my sea walk days. Yeah, it was my sea walk days. My little Harlem Shake.
Time to get a buck.
before time to get buck.
Oh my gosh, I've only seen that video once.
It's on my private. It's private on YouTube.
Oh my god, I gotta find that, bro. It's yeah. So, but now that you're older and you're still dancing, you know, it because it is a superpower. How do you?
I feel like
that?
it's not that much of a superpower anymore.
Yes,
like
it is.
Nah,
You can own that.
It's like I don't know. It's like sometimes yes, and then sometimes no. Because
What
just
is
like
it no?
I think it just depends on the person, right? Like if someone like I don't know how to explain this, but like all right, let me see if I can break it down.
Okay.
Like I don't know, like some girls don't want someone who could just dance, right? Like they want like some girls want more than that, right? They want deeper stuff, right? So it's like as dance was like more so like girls saw it as like, oh well I could dance with him now, right? I could dance with him at the dances. Like now, so it's like it's just what I do. It's not like so much to get the attention of someone anymore.
That's a great answer.
Yeah.
You're growing up, my man.
You know what I'm saying?
Growing
Had
up,
to
my
mature.
man. Bro.
Had to mature.
That was a great answer for a trick question. Because it's true. I 100%. I feel like when we were younger in our 20s going out, I mean, we would dance for ourselves, of course, but it was definitely the thing that opened the door for a lot of interactions.
Interactions.
I call them a relationship.
No, not relationships. Relations.
Relations. Okay, August. Yeah, dance was the big way into like a lot of our. Anyway,
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Yeah.
Shout out Bill Clinton.
Shout out to Bill the goat. Actually, no, he's a pedo now, right?
What?
Isn't he on the Epstein stuff?
Ah, bro.
He was on that plane plenty of times. I heard.
I mean, that shit's wild,
Bro.
That shit's wild.
That's crazy. He wouldn't have to do that if he was a dancer.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's true though. Now that we're older, dance is such like you said. I don't have to be sad now to like session alone.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like it's just a thing that we do now. Like it's such a big part of us.
Yeah.
Like I haven't danced in forever, and then I taught twice this week, and then we went out last night. First time in like probably a year or two that I've been out, and it felt like nothing changed.
Yeah.
It felt like our 20s. Like last night was so good. Shout out to everyone that came out last night.
That's my core. I think my core age is 25. So
your core age?
my core age.
What is your core age?
What do you mean? You don't know what? Okay, so you got your times around the sun, right?
Yes.
And then you got your core age, which is the age that you feel inside.
Oh, then I'm probably like 25 to that, I think.
No, I think you're more like 82. Your core age is 82.
Bro, like when you look into the mirror, do you see 25?
Yes.
Okay.
Ish.
Because you were ugly at 25.
I'm in my prime.
No, it's funny because, you know, I got the kid in the house and like I'm married and shit now. And then every once I'm like, how do I have all this?
Mm-hmm.
Like last night, didn't I just go out with Joe Ray? Like how
Didn't we just go to Peoria?
Oh, wow, Peoria, yeah. Man, yeah, like all that stuff. Like, how does that happen? And it's so cool growing up now and still dancing and just finding ways to be creative. Because, you know, you just talking about when things happen now, you default to dance. I gotta tell you, it's so weird. I'm a dancer always, but I haven't relied on dance in a minute, it feels like. And that's not because things have been so good. I don't know. It's just my relationship with dance is changing, and I never thought I would say that.
Yeah.
Oh, whack now?
No, I think it's just your responsibilities are different, your priorities are different, and
Yeah, I think I will say this though, and having done a lot of like internal searching, I realized dance was the medium, but creativity was the outlet. You You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like whether it's the pod or like
Well, because you were
writing.
doing spoken word stuff too, and you
Oh,
were
shit.
like, yeah, you forgot? You forgot about that?
Nah, because that opened the door to a lot of relations. Yeah, you're right though. I think just being creative was a lot. But I don't know. Like, do you see yourself dancing in your 40s? I don't even go that long, but like in your 40s? Like out in the sessions and stuff?
Like out in sessions and stuff?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because unless you're E Solo or like Pete, who were dancing in their 50s and 60s,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like,
Yeah, that's
when
you
can, but
I guess I haven't thought that far into it of like, I don't know. I mean, I feel like I
you
would
start
want
painting?
to.
Why not? Painting's cool, bro.
I like painting. I don't know,
Pick up
but I'm
pencil.
definitely gonna do something creative. I
100%.
feel
I see that.
maybe like more like videography stuff.
I was gonna say, because we can talk about that, but I've seen your networking ability. One, I think you're a good networker because you don't try to network. I think you just try to make friends, which is dope and something that you and I were always so good about. Like when we would travel together, at a young age.
It wasn't the connection; it was the friendship.
Bro, 100%.
First.
We would go out, and when we weren't trying to kill classes, it was just like, yo, like let's go meet as many people as we can, shake hands, and like exchange phone numbers and Instagrams back then.
Yeah.
But I've seen you do that outside of dance too, like your videography and stuff. You know,
Yeah.
why don't you start? Would you ever produce music?
Yeah, that's something that I've been like getting into more.
For
too.
real? I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, I have a friend out there who's like a producer and stuff, and like I'll teach him some dance moves, and then he'll like just teach me how to do stuff too.
Would you DJ like Swells?
I don't know. I used to be a little like quinceañera DJ back in the day. I used to be a quinceañera DJ, but
you had a playlist.
Yeah, like I like low key though, like it's not like like super humble. Like I feel like anything that I go to, I'm gonna be good at because I'm gonna bring the same kind of work ethic, the same kind of passion that I do to dance.
100%.
I'm gonna bring it to whatever next creative medium I go to.
Yeah, 100%. And people don't get that because my mom was telling me that she's like, you know, Andrew, like, you know, when you want to do things, like you're pretty good at it. I was like, Mom, you don't see, like when I want to do something, like hours upon hours when no one's watching, I'm trying to learn how to do it. like dance, bro. I put hours and hours to pot array, like basic stuff all the time. Yo, you're creative. I think you just think visual though. I think you have an eye. Because didn't you tell me you wanted to be like an artistic producer, director?
Like for like music videos and stuff.
Yo, you should do that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like those are definitely skills that I'm like building on right now, like producing like my self-made dance videos and stuff.
Good stuff, bro.
Yeah, thanks. And I mean, it's like shout out to like the OGs who did it first. You know, like we saw Poos Post and Ian putting out these and June putting out these like concept videos.
Yeah.
And then like I think like it kind of stopped for a little bit, and then I was like, I'm gonna make a video like that too. And then so I just started making like my own dance videos, and I think like that is opening up the opportunities for like later on for me to be able to do that for artists or something.
I think it's so dope that you do that because Ian came down and he was talking about the idea of like the concept video. I didn't know this, but it makes sense. And in fact, but he said he's probably the first one to use a drone in a dance video.
Yeah.
And him and Poos were talking about how they used to drop thousands of dollars for their dance videos. And he was saying it's interesting because nowadays you can go viral with just dancing in the street. You know what I mean?
With your camera phone?
Yeah, with your camera phone. And, you know, Poos and them are doing like full production videos, spending thousands of dollars.
Money.
And and they're still doing getting some really good numbers. But let's just say someone like, I don't know, just someone like who's really good from like some small town who doesn't have a following, who's just as good though, and puts money up to do a full production video and then gets 100 views. For that person, it's probably so frustrating. They're like, yo, I'm just gonna do some TikTok shit.
Yeah.
Like, but no. Like,
yeah.
Spend money on your art. Like, be creative. it's only gonna help in the long term.
Yeah.
Because and Ian was saying that too. He's like, why would I want to watch this shit? Like nothing gets me more excited than to see a full production video.
Yeah, like B-Boy Cloud. Like,
Yes.
have you seen his videos?
Storyline,
like music edited, like not music, sounds edited into the video, like Foley sounds, and
so good. Him, Keone and Mari did it. I mean, they're like, I feel like Keone and Mari are on this MJ stuff right now.
mm-hmm.
You know, MJ didn't have music videos. He had like 15-minute little mini movies.
Yeah,
bro, that's how they're on too. I think you're going that route too, though. It's when you start
creating more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
bro. I'm excited.
I just want to have like a lot more substance and depth into my videos. You know, like I feel like I've done the videos like in the back alleys and
we all have.
Yeah, like in the parking garages and stuff, and yeah, I'm just trying to explore that next level of creativity for myself.
How can you encourage other dancers to do that, to put time into their product and not just release 5, 6, 7, 8s?
You just gotta you gotta want more for like your art. Like you just gotta you gotta find that inspiration in yourself to like want to produce something that no one else has done before. I think that's for me what it is. Like I want to produce, I want to be able to create something out of the concept of my own mind, not something that I've seen, not something that everyone's doing.
Yes.
Like it's just a original idea from my mind that I'm putting together.
Yo, that's so true. I think that's a generational thing, more or less, because you know, when I go take classes now, it's probably like a lot of top 40 shit, right? Pop or rap, hip hop, whatever you want to call it now. Like it's always like it's a radio hit, right? It's a banger.
A banger.
When I remember teaching classes.
It's a bop.
Yeah, it's a bop. Oh my god, Elijah, please don't ever say this.
And that's no cap.
Oh my god.
See, I'm still cool.
Shut the fuck.
I'm still hip.
Yo, why is it no cap? What does that mean? And I mean like no lie, but like why is it cap?
Why is it capping?
Maybe explain that to me.
I really don't know. I really don't know why, but
we can't be saying stuff we don't know why, guys.
No one knows why. It's just capping or you're not capping.
I don't know if this is why, but I had this moment when I realized, and people don't even say it anymore, so it's late. But you know, a donk.
You got a donk.
You know why I think that is a donk?
Because of a donkey's butt.
That's what it's, bro. I didn't realize it was short for donkey, which is ass.
Yeah,
bro. I was like, oh, it's a donk. What the fuck is a donk? Like, what's a dumbass word?
Why is it a donk?
Why are we making up words? Because back then you just make up words.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Bro, oh my god, I'm a dad.
We still cranking that soldier boy over here,
bro.
And you.
That's just still fire, bro.
I'll still get down in the club if that song comes on.
I'll do the original Harlem shit.
Tell me I won't. Tell me I won't.
I think we did it last night.
Of course,
we did some of it, but I forgot we're going with that. What are we talking about?
Donkey, donk,
hard and shit, and.
Yeah, just creativity and pushing the next level of creativity.
Oh yeah, what I was saying was, you know, when I take a class now, it feels like all those songs we dance to are songs that are on the radio. But years ago, it was almost like mixtape culture when we would teach.
We were trying to get the underground songs.
We wanted to teach the underground. Like, not only did I want to give you fire choreography, I wanted you to have never heard the song before. Yeah. Which is crazy because I'm like, now you also have to rely on my ability to teach.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's what?
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah. And like now, like people want to know the song they're dancing to. Like
when someone goes, yo, what are you teaching for class? Shut the fuck up and take class.
I'm like, I don't even know what I'm teaching till an hour before the class. Like,
yeah. Like, do you want to dance or not? Like, that's all you need to know. Do you want to dance or not? If so, come take class.
I'm always like, well, what song is your favorite song? I'm doing that song. That's the song I'm doing tonight. Come through. It's gonna be a great time.
Yeah. Man, it's so crazy, bro. Like, because when you're talking about creating things that you've never seen for yourself, who do you want to see that? Like, why do that? What's the point?
I think at first it started off because like I wanted the views and I wanted to get noticed,
That's honest,
right?
bro. That's
yeah,
honest.
I think at first it was that.
Yeah.
Now, like I'm just creating because, like, I know that eventually these skills that I'm like fine tuning
Yeah.
are gonna be used for something bigger, right? Like maybe I'm gonna be in LA and maybe I'm gonna be in the right place at the right time, and someone says, "I need someone to direct this video. I need someone to help me come up with the wardrobe for this video. Or I
Yeah.
need someone who can help me edit this video. I know someone who can help me color correct this video."
Yeah.
Right? Like, and if I have these skills to be able to create this for myself, then I can pitch in and help little parts if someone needs me somewhere else. You know, and those little parts can lead to bigger parts, and those bigger parts can lead to bigger things, right? So it's like I think of it as like just fine tuning my craft, learning more every day, just like going
As
through
an
my
artist.
as an artist, going through my journey, and when the right time presents himself, my skills will be useful.
Well, I like that you're talking about putting the work in now, and then like opportunities when practice meets, or what's it called? I forgot the phrase. It's like chances like opportunity meets experience or something.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, I forget what it is. But you're talking about like putting the work in now so that when the time comes, you're ready to good to go.
Yeah.
That's dope, because I would tell you straight up, in if you were going to LA and you were gonna tell me some BS like, oh, I'm gonna go out and try it, and hopefully somebody, or I'm gonna reach out to people and then hopefully they put me on. I'd be like,
No one's gonna put you on.
no, like, why would they put you on? Like, they don't
Yeah.
know you. Like, why would I put a stranger on a job?
Yeah.
Like, show me a body of work, you know, or like, hey, do I know you from somebody, or is there a recommendation? You know, all these different things. Like, what are you to contribute to me and to the project? Otherwise, it's like when people slide up. Like, how many times coming up do we have kids coming up and going, "Yo, can I just be around?" Why? Like, I gotta feed you now too. Like,
yeah, because we're nice.
yeah, because we're nice. And you just want to hang out. Like you want me to little bro you just because you want to hang out with us? Like, no. That's why. Yo, shout out to Ivan. Like, Ivan was around. Probably one of the best little bros
To this day.
to this day. Bro, we called him at 3:00 in the morning, so he picked up.
We literally called him yesterday at 3 a.m. He picked up.
Yeah, but Ivan's one, and he's a great example. I need to get him on too, and he could talk about it, because he plays the part of a little bro, but anyone who knows him knows it's out of respect, and it's not like a submissive thing, because he's his own man, and I would put him against almost anybody.
Yeah, for
you know
sure.
what I mean?
He'll
Like,
hold his own for sure.
like he's a day one type guy, and but respectful. Like, always wanted to be around, and this is how I know Ivan's like a good ass little bro, right? Is when we're at the cause house and we're all living there and we're chilling, he still to this day will go, "Yo, Joe, Andrew, you guys want a beer?"
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that respect is so good, because I would do that for you, you do that for me, and it's not like an older little bro thing. It's just like he has that, and he has so many opportunities because he does that. And I think because you have that, bro, when you go out there, like, it's gonna be,
Hell yeah.
they're gonna find you, bro.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, bro. What's Elijah's getting older. You've seen him now since he was 2, or since he was 0.
I saw him right now. He told me to leave. He's like, "Go! I'm watching Toy Story."
I know, this little brat. It's crazy. He's almost 2 already, but you've seen him every year already. He's gonna know you his whole life. But he's never gonna know you at this age.
Okay.
At 25 core, right?
At core 25.
At core 25,
You know what I'm
right? That sounds
saying?
like a workout. So at core 25, he's not gonna know you yet. Looking back, what's something you would want him and Ezekiel now to know? Like, what do you want them to take away?
Oof. Something that we haven't talked about before, probably. Because I mean, like, for sure. Like, I would say, find a craft that like you're passionate about.
Yeah.
And like, when you go through tough times, like, hone in on that craft.
Double down, yeah.
Yeah, double down on that craft.
Yeah.
You know. Other than that, I think just know you can reinvent yourself. Like, at any stage of your life, like, you can always reinvent yourselves. Like, you enjoy your wins and you learn from your L's.
Yeah.
And like you learn from every experience. I think like for me, I live my life kind of like, have you seen that movie Slumdog Millionaire?
I love that movie.
Right?
It's also super sad.
Right, where like he knows the answer to every question based on something that happened in his life.
That's a great way. Yeah. That's
Right?
a great part of the story. Yeah.
So it's like experience everything and learn from every experience, good or bad.
Yes. The other thing I will add on to is, I think I add on to everybody's thing, but the thing I add on to is to learn from your experiences, you have to have experiences, right? So I think that's a great message, bro. Like 100%. I think that the add on is the reason why you and I get along so well is because we're always a yes and relationship. So when I go, hey, do you want to travel 12 hours, even though you don't know me, to go to Houston and back?
Yes.
Yes. I want to go. Hey, do you want to go teach this class, or do you want to just like go, not even to, like, how many times have we done trips to not even teach?
Yeah, just to go take someone's class.
Just to go take someone's class.
Yeah.
Like, and you know, no tea, no shake.
And session with them after.
Yeah. And like, they may not even be the best teachers, but like, yo, like, do you want to go experience this class with somebody? Like, yes, like go. And then you can have those moments, because those are my best memories with you, I think. Is when we just like, yo, you want to go do this? Yes. Like, there's no question. Like, anytime you tell me, like, get in the car, we just go.
Yeah.
100%.
Literally.
Yeah. Well, I love you. I'm so glad we finally got to do this.
I know.
My bro, my twin. Happy birthday.
Appreciate that. 25 core.
I hate you so much.
Grwn Talk has been a pleasure.
Yes.
We out.
Hey, go follow. I got any better. Go follow Jared. Tell them where they can find you.
You can find me on OnlyFans. Make sure to hit the link in my bio of my Instagram.